Do you hear that when it says that?
Do I what?
Do you hear it when it says this meeting is being recorded?
Yeah, recording in progress.
Oh.
Sometimes I'm like, ooh, do I want this to be recorded?
Yeah.
I'll let it be done.
Dude, hey,
So everyone, welcome to the Axios Fux Podcast. Also, if I'm quiet, like quieter, because I was listening to the last podcast and my voice sounded like, first of all, it sounded like I was so depressed, which I was, but
last week, dude, I was tired as hell, dude. That was like
the real reason is because I don't have any furniture. I'm about to move out, and I don't want to be loud because everything I say echoes. So if you're wondering why I sound different on audio on Spotify, it's because of that. It's not because I lost all my confidence. It's not because I lost all my confidence. It's because no. It's seriously because this is actually thankfully this is a block. It's a block building, so it's good. It's better than it's better. But dude, last night barely got any sleep.
What are you eating?
Oh, I had Chick-fil-A.
Let's just talk about that real quick, dude. I had this realization I was telling you in the car yesterday. Now you're eating Chick-fil-A.
First of all, let's talk about the fact that you ate 2 sandwiches by yourself, just like to the face.
But this is the
Popeye's sandwiches. These are not like grilled sandwiches. These are fried chicken sandwiches.
I feel like I'm getting in my neck, dude. The chicken went straight to my neck.
Dude, that's putting down a lot of food.
It's like 1,400 calories, I think.
Each, right?
No, they're probably like 800 a piece, so probably 1,600. And
wow.
800 car, like a little, like, I don't even know. Dude.
Wait, you just ate in the car? Do you get like grease all over?
No.
All over the car?
No. Dude, it just shows. Why does your thing say yo? It does. Okay, now we're good.
No idea.
No, dude, not grease. Like I had like a little, dude, so gross. Like I have to stop eating in my car. Because what happened was I went to a new gym and I was asked to play 2-on-2 in basketball and I haven't played in a while. I did cardio. And we played, dude, and I was like, of course I kept up, but like, dude, I was exhausted. So I'm on my way pulling, leaving, and then the Popeyes is right there, and I'm like, I pull in, and as I pull in, I'm like, should I actually get this? And then I get it, and then I have the 2 sandwiches, and I think to myself, this one thing, I don't know why I said this out loud, and I was like, you're telling me, this is what I said to myself, and I told you this too, you're telling me I can't do well because I want to eat these 2 sandwiches right now. Right. I want to buy these 2 sandwiches because the whole idea of like saving the $4 from not drinking Starbucks every day. Even that, dude, that's like $1,000 a year. Like if you have to really hold back from selling $1,000 a year, dude, there's a much bigger problem. That sucks.
Yeah, of course, because like in the past you could save your way to wealth.
You could.
You could. Now you can't. You can't. And I challenge anyone in this listening to this podcast to try to do this. Find any place in the U.S. where on minimum wage you can pay for a 2-bedroom apartment, because you can't have a 1-bedroom apartment and raise a family, right?
Yeah.
And you definitely. I mean, we're definitely taking off the table being able to purchase a home, because on minimum wage, it would be very difficult to save up for a down deposit. So like, that's what I challenge anyone to do. Try to find any location. And here in Tampa, do you know what the minimum wage is?
$10.
I think it's $10. Yeah.
Dude, this is the thing.
$10. Dude, that's before taxes, before health insurance, before all this other crap that they took out.
An hour? Dude, that's not
Dude, you're probably making like $7 or $8 after everything. And dude, that's like, how are you actually going to justify?
My Popeye sandwich was $12. Or like 12.
You're literally like, you're eating crap for and that's like 2 hours of work just to eat literal garbage.
Yeah, dude, dude, this is what I'm saying. And this is why it's such I hear it and I get it, but dude, there's just no way. You have to just make more money. There's nothing about.
It's you can only make more money. And once you start, like, if you are in sales and in your real estate, I sent you a post. It was a long one, but basically it went over the idea of glorifying the idea of when people, like, they see what I'm doing, trying to build the team, or even what you're doing. You just told me that you have mentees that, they're crushing deals. So some realtors will look at that and they'll be like, why are you doing that? Why don't you just be a realtor? Like, just be a realtor, just sell homes. Like, why are you trying to do all this extra stuff? Like, who do you think you are, basically? Like, almost like a demeaning talk.
Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?
Why are you doing all that? Like, come on, just stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
Screw that.
Right? And it's like, this girl, she made a post. Her name's Lauren. She's awesome. So she was like, stop glorifying this idea of, I'm just a realtor. I'm just a realtor. And start thinking big. Start thinking big with a bigger vision of, oh, I am a entrepreneur. Because an entrepreneur is not going to think, all I do is sell homes. They're going to think, hey, I sell homes, I teach real estate, I have a team, I sell a course, and I invest my money in XXX way, or whatever, these different ways. And, versus, glorifying this idea that
narrow path.
I'm just a realtor. Yeah. And the same goes for, you can't, this kind of merges in with the idea of, you can't just have a minimum wage job. You can't be that person that has, maybe you have a minimum wage job and you're a realtor and you're investing in crypto or doing all this other stuff. Like, you can't just be a minimum wage worker. Same way you can't just be a realtor, because today I got word, right? Today I got news that last week I had an appraisal on a multifamily. Today I got word that our closing is supposed to be next week, right? The 14th. I got word that the appraisal won't even be done till the 20th, 21st.
Oh my God, dude.
Last week was the appraisal. Are you kidding me? And it's like, wait, what? Appraisal just to get the results back to say, hey, this is worth this much. Do you know how long it takes for me to do a CMA? It takes me 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me it takes 2 weeks just to get an appraisal?
It takes they're within their 10 minutes in and out, like, so quick. So yeah, dude, that's fact. So we can kind of wrap that idea up. It's like, where, okay, number one, I've experienced, you've experienced it. There's definitely people who still do it, but saving themselves to wealth is, first of all, miserable. It seems like it's miserable.
Yeah.
Like, hard.
Yeah, because it's just not even, it's not sustainable.
No, it's not, because what? Like, dude, I think about it like this. Okay, maybe I could have.
That's where I literally get my, like, daily joys out of. What?
I was reading Atomic Habits, and this guy was talking about linking something you hate with something you really like. So if you hate going,
I said that in the last podcast. Remember?
Yeah. So if you hate going to the gym, reward it with a high protein and calorie shake or something, whatever it may be. It tastes good as hell, tastes bomb. So you do one thing you don't like, but you get something you do like. And so, like, today, for me, what I have is, dude, I will not go on social media until every single bit of outflow is done. Calls, letters, everything's done. I will not go on social media because social media is distracting as hell. So that's what I told myself. So I like social media, of course, like everyone else. And I don't really want to make phone calls too much. I really don't.
No.
So I tie it with that. What needs to be done and what doesn't really need to be done. I enjoy scrolling through, looking at Porsches. I was looking at Porsches today and Ferraris.
That's nice.
And I tie that with something I dislike, right?
Yeah, I mean, so what I used to do is, as soon as I woke up, because I like going to the gym, I like taking my energy drink, chugging it, getting it caffeine high, and then going to the gym.
Especially when you're dehydrated, dude. They go down like water.
Oh yeah. And so what I used to do is go to the gym right when I woke up, but I realized that kind of defeats the enthusiasm I had for the day, because I knew that when I was at the gym, I was like, oh crap, I don't want to go back. And then, I know that the rest of the day is going to have to be dedicated to making phone calls or doing that type of shit. So now what I do is as soon as I wake up, I have a coffee and I go and I do my calls, or I'll grab an energy drink and do my calls. And it's always my first priority.
Dude, I like gym in the morning.
Versus doing the gym, because for me personally, when I go to the gym in the morning, it no longer becomes my happy thing to do. It now becomes my just a hurdle to, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, for me, dude, I love it. Like, I don't know why, but what was I going to say to you? I think, dude, based off our conversation yesterday, and I realized it today, and this is why I don't go on social media much, is like, I'm no longer falling for, we talked about this a little bit yesterday. Like,
So basically what me and Vasily were talking about yesterday is the fact that when I was making or just anyone, this is not about me, but this is about just the fact that when you were making $250,000 or $300,000 a year, you could spend $300,000, making $250 even, or make $300 and spend $300, and be living like you are making $1 to $2 million a year. And the person that is earning $1 to $2 million a year never usually won't spend more than $300,000 a year for expenses, or at least the expenses that you'll see, right? Because after you have the least Ferrari, the least Rolls Royce, that's only $5,000 a month, right? Around, let's say $5,000 a month. And then you have the house, let's say it's a mansion, you're renting it, or a high rise, another 5 to 10,000. So now you're at 10 plus 5, you're at 15,000. Then you get the you fly private a couple times, and you get amazing dinners. Let's say that's another 10 grand.
You flew private a lot. You actually did. You used to fly.
I did, yeah.
And
yeah, so
what do those cost, dude? I don't even remember. Like, I had no idea.
They were equivalent to first class usually.
In terms of
cost, they were super quick little.
You only flew from North Cali or NorCal down.
Yeah, so it was probably like, maybe if I remember correctly, like up to $1,000.
Was it worth
$1,000?
How it made you
feel?
Yeah.
It was totally worth it. Maybe it was like $1,200 for a round trip. It was so worth it.
That's good though, dude, because we've actually never talked about this experience. I remember you used to go and be like, dude, screw this dude, he's not bringing me. What was I thinking?
We're gonna go soon, dude. We're gonna go soon, and we're gonna have a plane, and it's gonna have Axios Fux.
In our faces on the back wings. We should do it from like Boston to New York. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be sick.
Yeah. And I looked up the cost, not too bad. But anyways,
how much is it?
For a bigger plane, because a bigger plane's like $8,000, right? But for a smaller one, you can probably get it for a pretty good deal. But I want to ask you, dude, you literally have a private, you fly private, so you're the only one in there, right?
No. So these were not your typical like 4-seater planes. These were like Jet Suite X and different ones because these were more like private feel, but more of just like a commercial charter, plane. Very small. Like, I don't think you could have more than 20 people on there.
So
but it was
on there.
Sometimes there was 5. And I mean, I met a lot of people on there. There were some young people on there. They were like, I remember this one girl that I met, she had a clothing line and she was younger than me. She was like 20 and her parents were loaded. So,
dude, what a blast though. Like, what a blast. Dude,
seriously.
I got to do it this year.
Let's do it. Honestly,
I got to experience this. But like, what we were talking about was, if you watch that dude's video on YouTube, he broke it down. It was awesome. It was a sick breakdown. It gave me a lot of
Hormozy, right?
Yeah, dude, he gave me a lot of
clarity, right?
Clarity, because I'm like, okay, dude, like, I'm not that far off from actually being able to experience those things. It's really
because anyone who's making 250 or plus can live like they're making $1 million. You really can. You can live like you're making $1 million just utilizing your credit.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. And that's why he broke it down. It's like you can live like the top 1% by, if the 1% was actually this, but the top 1%, let's just say, by making 360,000.
Yeah. Oh, it's and think about how many deals that would be. How many is that? Like the average, what?
It's not many.
So 360 divided by 12 is 40,000 a month. The average deal here is about 30.
We divided by 4.
360,000 divided by 12 months is 40,000 a month.
No, it's not. It's 30.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's divided by no, dude. That's
You're
not.
right. You're right. Oh shit. Okay. So 36. Okay. 30,000. 30,000. Okay. So the average deal here is it'll pay maybe 9,000 or 7,000. Let's say it's 9,000 divided by 30,000 is 3 deals a month. And you can be living like you're in the 1%.
But dude, I don't know why. I mean, at least here, I mean, people might be smarter. Like, dude, like I don't even try to. For me, I wouldn't, if I could do that all the time, I wouldn't do it probably still, just because, cost, it's still kind of a waste by doing it all the time. But I do it.
I would. I honestly would. If I was, honestly, like I would limit it for sure. But the reason being is because, I would definitely limit.
But I wouldn't do it like if I'm traveling 12 times, 15, 20 times a year, I'm not going to do that. If I'm traveling.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Like private. And I'll probably, like from here to Cali, dude, from Boston to Cali private, it's probably a good chunk of money.
Yeah, I think it's like crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
I think it's like 40 grand.
Yeah.
But that's different than the charter that I was doing, the commercial charter. I don't think it would be that much. I don't know, but actually, never mind. It probably would, because I know those ones that I were taking, they were more short distance. But the thing is that, I would do it because I know a lot of people who make that much, but they save all of their money.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying,
and they never break out of their shell. They never do anything else. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people who, they have that lack mentality, even though they're making good money, because they've never made that money before in their life, or it took them 10 years to get up to that point.
They never want to lose it. They never want to lose it.
So they never want to, they never want to lose it. And that can be a downfall, because, if you're growing up like you won't spend an extra certain amount of money. And I feel myself, like, as I get older, I definitely feel like more and more and more like, oh shit, like bare necessities. And then everything else, you save, or like you have a different mindset about like just survival. And then everything else is for the future. And it's
lame. That's lame, bro.
No, seriously. Like it's just a habit, right? The same way you can build a habit to overspend, you can build a habit to be extremely conservative.
Do you hear about
it cannot be good.
I was in the locker room today, and this guy was like, I asked him if he works anymore. He's 65. He's like, no, I retired right before COVID, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what do you do with all your free time? And he's like, well, to be honest, I'm really cheap, so I don't really do much. He's like, would I rather be bored, or would I rather have not much money? He's like, I'd rather be bored. And I'm like, what type of sick dude? When he told me that, I was like, dude, you got to stay the hell away from me. You're contagious. Immediately.
No, seriously.
I gotta go.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, the longer it takes for, you to make freaking really good money, the more and more you kind of become a hermit. You just become a hermit.
Dude, what a sick thing. What a sick disease.
Dude, that's why youth is always like really, really important, I think, because it's almost like failed purpose, right?
It is.
Failed purpose. Like you have this purpose of like, living this extravagant life. And then as time goes on, every day you're facing difficulty. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. So, you're less likely to to take action on something like that. For me, ever since honestly, it's weird. When I was in high school, I had extremely, this is so weird actually thinking about this. I had extremely bad acne, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I told myself every night, every single night, over and over and over and over, that, hey, once I get out of this, like, because it was just so bad on my mental, then I'm never going to hold back anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, to some degree, I've had this idea that, and it's so weird because it probably sounds like, wait, what the heck? Like you just have acne and that like motivated you to like,
dude, I remember, it was whack.
So
I would have freaked out too. I would have had like a cognition once it's gone, like an ultimate.
Yeah. So I was, well, while it was the worst, I was like, once I get out of this, I will never have any excuse for me not going after what I want.
Yeah.
Like, and that's, I think, the main mentality difference between, us and other people, is that people have this mentality that maybe they're a victim of their circumstance or whatever reason why they aren't taking action. They make their own stories up. But I told myself since that time, I don't care about anything else besides me going after what I want. And I remember in college, I dropped out.
It's so introverting, dude. You had like such like, dude, that type of problem, having acne is so introverting. Like if you have that and you're focused on it, like, dude, I remember getting.
Hey, dude, what's that on your face?
Such a
bro.
Dude. They'd ask some stupid.
Dude, what's that thing right there? What's that thing right there?
It's so ridiculous, and that's facts. It's like,
yeah, the worst was never like, oh, dude, you got pepperoni face, which I don't think I ever got that one, but like, yeah. Dude, it would be more respectful if I was like, dude, you got a massive pimple on your head, versus.
Then to be like, what is that? Like, what do you think?
What is that? What do you think it freaking is?
Yeah.
What? You think it's my little friend? It's my little freaking it's my little friend or something?
Head. Literally,
yeah.
My head. Like.
Dude, it's just like, what the heck? That was kind of inappropriate.
It was. I realized when it came out, I was like, oh shit. Shoot. What was I gonna say though too? Dude, we're not thought of. You do talking too much, so it's just like way too. Everything comes out. What was I gonna go into though?
I can't get my mind off that comment.
Yeah, when it came out, I was like, wait a second, does Christian get what I'm saying? Shoot. I was thinking it was gonna go past you or something. Dude, I was gonna what I was talking about was, in terms of what we were saying yesterday, was the idea.
What? Dude, go. What are you
like
laughing?
Your head. You're wrinkling your head with your hat, and it just looks.
I'm shocked.
What was I thinking? Now I've realized actually the idea of actually giving back, dude.
Yeah.
In terms of, we talked about you start making all this money, and then you start only keeping it for yourself.
Oh my God, dude! Like, honestly, this is huge, dude. This is freaking huge. Like you forget your roots.
Conversation yesterday, I was like, dude, that's so facts. It's like reading this book. I don't know if it's called "It's a Life or Only for Us," about the Greeks who came over here during World War I or II, and they moved to Worcester. And dude, the idea of what they were doing for their family.
Also, for everyone who's listening, me and Vasily are Greek. We're first American Greeks, and we prefer being called Greek Americans, not just
American. Yeah.
Not just whatever.
I'm proud to be a mix. I'm very proud to be a mix.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
Because it gives a little diversity to it. But the idea was, dude, they were giving so much back, and nowadays, dude, it's like, for some reason, people don't take that as first priority. And after a conversation yesterday, I realized that. I'm like, dude, like, at the end of the day, it's like, if you can if you can at least help your immediate area, then there's going to be so much more that comes. I mean,
So much more.
the affinity for that immediate area is so high,
Dude,
right?
it's messed up. It's really fucked up, honestly,
Yeah.
when I think about it. And when I think about the fact that you've really lost touch because, dude, I'm a firm believer in the fact that I don't care. There's this thing that is flown around that it's, I think it's just a fad. I really do think it's a fad. This whole concept of, blood is nothing but something. Loyalty is what is that saying? That stupid
I know
ass
what you're
freaking
talking about,
saying.
dude. And
It's something about like only loyalty is blood or something. Some
yeah,
garbage
I
like
know what
that.
you're talking about. I know what you're
Like,
talking
are
about.
you kidding me? Are you telling me like that? Like, just because somebody's loyal to you and you're gonna put them over your family, like, or something like that. Like, dude, I'm a firm believer that like family always comes first, and that's how it's always been. If you're
Yeah.
in a tribe of people, your tribe is the most important. You don't care if you just met somebody out of your tribe. You're not going to. You're always going to put your tribe first. And even if you do leave your tribe, or even if your tribe kicks you out, let's say your tribe kicks you out, your family kicks you out, and you meet with another tribe and you become affluent, you always go back to your tribe and you give back. You never betray the tribe, And
Like rappers and stuff, dude. Like, I mean, there's you hear about these stories where um some of them, like, there's some people you get back to, and like I think I mean, Nipsey, whatever his name is, Nipsey blank, I don't know his name, 50 Cent, all these rappers, Young Dolphin, all these rappers came back into their communities. I don't even mean you have to go back into your community, but they were going back to the community to give to more than just their people.
dude, it's very important, honestly. Like,
What I'm saying is those people ended up getting those people. So Young Dolph, all these people, 50 Cent. Well, he got shot for a different reason, but Young Dolphin, and I think it's Young Dolphin or Young Dolph, and Nipsey Hussle is his name. They were giving so much to the community, which is great, and they ended up getting shot actually. But yeah, they end up getting shot. But but what I'm saying is it's not the importance of giving back to, I don't know if maybe, I'm sure they set them up really well, the parents and the family. But one priority is definitely the immediate bloodline. There's just,
Oh yeah, no, exactly. It's the immediate bloodline because and I really do believe that it's some new age thing. I'm trying to remember that freaking quote. It says something like blood doesn't mean anything, and then loyalty is
more than
something.
blood or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's some garbage. I swear, it's some new age garbage, just like freaking
Yeah.
almond milk and oat milk.
Dude, you were drinking oat milk and almond milk, dude, for a long time.
And that's why I'm a perfect proponent as to why people shouldn't fucking switch over to almond and oat milk. I just think it's all garbage. I think it's freaking garbage.
New age stuff. It's just like, it's
It's
complicated.
just new age crap.
Thing.
I mean, it's very obvious that the reason that, like, okay, people are like, okay, well, if a baby calf is going to like needs a lot of nutrients, right? So why the hell wouldn't we drink something that has extra nutrients? Like, everyone knows there's amount of calcium and protein in regular milk. So like, why aren't you going to drink it, right? But this whole thing, like, for example, I think this is part of the progression that Andrew Tate talks about of building your character, right? I had to go back to my roots. When I was in California, I was away from home. I kind of adopted a lot of beliefs that weren't my own. And then I lost everything, went back home, and was able to rebuild, but from a different perspective of kind of being a shell of myself to then learning my old self.
You become like
And
more
then,
primitive, dude. You become more primitive, like, especially when you're around, I mean, our family members, at least
yeah, definitely. I agree.
that side, like, it's the necessities are a lot less, and the importance of other people's, I don't want to say is lessened. Everyone else besides the family doesn't really matter. It's irrelevant.
That's exactly true. It's exactly true. And that's how it should be, because in order to grow, think about an individual. If you want to grow, you have to only be selfish about yourself. So when we're talking about the tribe has to focus on itself before it can expand. So think about it. Like if you're talking about like, what's the best way to get an ROI on your future, right? It would be number one, take care of yourself. Number two, take care of the tribe. Because what's the best way that I can ensure my future generation to be okay? First, I can take care of myself, and then I can try to take care of them. But if I really want a backing, I take care of my family, because I know my tribe's going to take care of my, future, kids and everything like that, if I were to be gone, right? So like the same thing, if you're going into battle, right? And you're with, and I think of Troy, right? Think of the close-knit family of Hector. Remember Hector?
Yeah.
Hector and Paris, or
Paris.
Is it Paris?
Paris. Yeah.
They were so close-knit, and you know what they said? Hector was like, "I'm gonna fight for you," for his little brother, and he went and he fought Achilles. You remember? And also they fought to save the girl that was literally going to put the entire army at war with Greece.
Dude, that was ridiculous, dude. That was nuts. That movie.
So and that's just because Paris fell in love with a girl. That's a perfect example that, hey, once somebody put everyone on the line, once somebody enters the tribe, we will die for that person. So the same way goes if you're talking about, family isn't important, all this other crap. Yeah, wait till something bad happens and you need your kid to be taken care of, and then your friend is not going to do that. But I guarantee your family will. And you know why? Because it doesn't matter if you like them or not. They're your blood, and they'll probably do that because they actually have a benefit as the bloodline living on. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's like, dude, there's no way anyone would turn away.
No.
At least in our family, there's no way.
And I don't think anyone would unless they're on drugs.
Yeah.
You have to be on drugs to not, or be like just insane a little bit. But yeah, exactly. So me and Vasily, we were talking about like, okay, before you buy a Lambo or something like that, imagine, the day and age that we're living in, which we just talked about, was the fact that this is the day and age where you cannot be having a part-time job or a full-time job, even working 40 hours a week, 4 weeks a month, and be able to pay for a 2-bedroom apartment. So how the hell are you going to expand from that? Like, you cannot expand. So how can you, if you are doing well, you really have to realize that no one in your tribe is going to expand, because those are the conditions we're living in right now. And if there happens to be one that pops off out of the maybe 45-person tribe, right? Because we have so many people on both sides of our family, maybe 45 people. I don't know. We would have to find out. Isn't that crazy? We don't even know how many people
there's so many
are in our tribe. So like, for example, if I have an extra $100,000, what is the best use of that money? Is it to go buy a Lambo? Is it really to go buy a Lambo? Or is it to divide that up evenly and buy the most bare necessity thing? Would be, we came to conclusion, gas cards and grocery store gift cards.
Like $1,000 of each per person.
Exactly. $100,000 divided up, but between 45 people, it would be about $2,000 each. So $1,000 gas card, $1,000 food card.
That would change a lot, because the thing is, like,
that would change it incredibly amount, and it's crazy because just that.
Especially if you think about like how someone gets paid week to week and they can never get ahead, and they spend their paycheck to paycheck. So if you take off 1 week or 2 weeks of that paycheck to paycheck mentality, they have 2 more weeks to being ahead. Now they actually have like a little bit of money. A little breathing room, dude. People don't really understand what's happening behind closed doors right now. I really don't believe that people have an idea what is going on behind closed doors, even in families. You know what I mean? What do you get your mind out of the gutter, Vasily? What are you thinking about? I'm just thinking about like actually how serious, like, like really,
right.
I think what you see is not what you.
Not at all, dude. Not at all. Like, dude, I'm talking about even in our family, we know, the people in our family are struggling. And the fact of the matter is the fact that, like, it's insane. It's insanity. Who's going to help them? The government's not going to be what? Yeah, no, it's not going to be the government, because the government's not helping anyone. The government, if anything, is doing worse.
If you're 1099, go do your tax returns this year and tell me how you feel. Tell me how you feel.
No, seriously. Dude, it's fucked. It's really fucked up. It's really fucked up. There's two types of people in this world. It's the haves now, and it's the have-nots. Yeah. And
now the haves, dude, the jump to be the actual haves is major.
It's major. It's absolutely insane. So imagine this. Imagine all the haves, the people that are the haves, and they're using this stupid information, this stupid data that, oh, friends and not family. Dude, you have people in your own family that are struggling. I guarantee you, we already know that we have at least 45 people in our immediate family. That
you tell me not one person looks in their account and there's like a problem, like one person.
No, of course not. Yeah, exactly. Because, dude, more than 50% of Americans are living, have less than $1,000 in their checking account and live paycheck to paycheck. So that means 50% of that 45 people. You know what I mean? It's messed up, and that's how the people. I think this country is going to be lifted up. It's not going to be from the government. It's going to be by people, individuals within the family unit that bring up the individual tribe, and that is how every family can do that.
You know who's a good proponent of this? I think that's the correct term. Is the Chinese culture. I think it's just the Chinese who do this.
Yeah.
And I think we talked about it once before, and it's a really nice thing to see where a lot of the times they'll all pitch in for someone to buy a house. And then they look at that house, and then they pitch in.
You're right.
First, and then they buy the next house. And they set everyone up for a great, stable life very quickly.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, dude, even people who, they come to this country, the United States, and they lose it. They seem to lose it. They do.
They do. They really do. And I really, really believe that that's the only way that this country is going to get better. Dude, this country was built on the family unit. It was built on Christian values. It was built on the family unit. And it was built on, the idea of, taking care of your freaking household before you try to flex on Instagram. Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, dude.
We are given this absolute garbage data that says, hey, flex on Instagram before you take care of your family unit. Are you kidding me? What kind of, dude, that is nowhere in the Bible. No. There's nowhere in the Bible. You know what I mean? There's no logic to that. And you don't even have to be Christian to realize, hey, if I'm a freaking mammal, which we all are, it's scientifically proven we come from the mammal family, right?
Yeah.
Then what happens? Does the freaking gorilla, or the monkey, does he just leave his freaking tribe and go, wearing all the coconuts or whatever? No, he freaking goes and he goes or a lion, for example. He brings back food for his family, and I think people are blessed.
The other mother doesn't eat until everyone else does. So the idea is like, dude, I think, maybe we misunderstood the saying where it says you can't help yourself until you can help others. Yourself would be, myself would be anyone who has my blood, I would say. So think about that. Like anyone who actually has your strain of blood or your type of blood, same blood, would be your entire household or your immediate family.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you could even say it works like that. It's until you can help your family or your direct family, you can't help others.
Yeah. I think that's what, if that happened, I think and it's a level of responsibility. Your first responsibility should be yourself and being able to provide for yourself. Because if you can't provide food for yourself, then you can't help anyone else.
No.
But after yourself, you try to pick up your family. But you don't have to wait until you're freaking making $1 million a year or making, even $300,000 a year. Because like we said, $1,000 gas card, $1,000 food thing.
Did you know how shocked it would be? They'd be like, "Oh my gosh,
dude!" Because in all reality, how much?
Cry, dude. Everyone would definitely cry.
Oh, of course. Yeah, no, seriously. Think about it. Like $1,000 in gas. That's 3 months of gas. probably.
Easy.
You know, in most cars, that's probably 3 months of gas. And then for food, that's 2 months of food for the entire family. And if everyone's getting that, even the kids getting that, it all goes to the parents, right?
Yeah.
So the parents use it. So that's what, let's say the average household is 4 people, right? That means, you know,
$8,000 worth of resources.
yeah, that's a whole year. That's a year.
Yeah.
And it's probably a tax write-off for the person who sent it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's actually crazy because, yeah, people have like, and when you think of olden days, that's how it always was. You always take care of your tribe. You don't go and take care of another tribe.
This is the problem.
You know?
This is the problem. Like, you know, I'm not saying I disagree with it because I'm not going to get, you know, political on this, but people state like you shouldn't be, America is the worldwide police. They go into other things that just aren't their issue, but they make it their issue. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong. I don't even want to get into that, but that's just an idea of like, you have people going to do things that have nothing to do with them before you can actually help home base, which would be the U.S.
That's so true.
You know what I'm saying?
That is so true. Yeah, exactly.
You start sending American soldiers and citizens to a place where it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, or you just let everyone inside of the country.
Yeah.
You just let everyone in when we're already in crazy debt and everyone's already like
confused. You don't even know what's
confused. Exactly.
Dude, I wanted to just, for some reason, I had this idea before we started this. I wanted to hear unfiltered, dude, honestly unfiltered. What are, just so like people have an idea, dude, today was like the first day in probably 3 months where I felt like my natural self, not gonna lie. Today I woke up and I felt like back to normal a little bit.
Wow.
And I wanted to get an idea, what would be your actual goals in the next year? Like raw, like actually what you want to do.
Okay, so man, they kind of change all the time, to be completely honest. Like if it was consistent, yes, definitely. I want to build my team. So if I can get my team, if I can get like 5 agents, good agents to join my team, then that have the same vision as me, then I'll be happy. 5 really good agents to join my team, and also just close 2 deals a month, 2 deals every single month. Then those would be my major goals. And then also like just be a part of the network that we're going to be joining soon.
Yeah, facts.
Because I know that's going to elevate us a lot.
Yeah, I like that. I do like that. Just because so someone actually can have a perspective, like, and then you have your 5 and your 10-year goals. Like, if I was to state 10-year goals on your, people would be like, "Oh my God, this dude's crazy." Like, I can't imagine having a conversation, showing people what I actually write down. Like no joke. Like, I'll give you an idea. I don't know if people write it down anymore, but like, I'm not going to show it, but like, the idea is like every single day, you know what I mean? Twice a day, so much, right?
Yeah.
And the goals are so big.
That's really good.
It scare the hell out of someone. But putting it out on the table, as you know, when I'm in conversation with someone nowadays, now I'm a little more open about it because I'm so confident about it being a part of it. Well, for the last 2 months, I probably hadn't felt that way. Today I did. And it made me realize like what you can do, what you can truly do. So getting out of that victim mentality with everything that's going on right now, it's hard. It's hard not to.
It is.
Because
it is definitely, yeah.
Because saying like we had conversations like today, like, I mean, the market today, there's 2,200 single family homes in all of Massachusetts, right? 2,100. Dude, that is like that is so lacking. It's bad. It's very bad. So when I saw that number a while back, and I've been seeing it go down and go down, go down throughout the last 3 months, I'm like, dude, this is gonna make it so much harder. Right? But then I kind of focus on the idea of, okay, what can I control that when there is a change in the marketplace, I'll reap the benefits by tenfold. Because people who aren't making the calls right now because things are so tough, they're gonna have it even tougher, I think, when the market does shift.
Yeah.
So I just think like controlling what you can control, even in the downturn, or
yeah, no, dude, it's such a skill because, dude, when everything's against you, especially when you feel like everything's against you, and you still have to do the shit.
Nothing works out. Absolutely nothing works out for you. Like, dude, the small things, like you're in a rush and then you get toothpaste on your pants. Like, you start pulling these things in, dude. Like, every time I'm in a rush or I'm in a bad mood because things suck, then I start pulling in more things. Like, I don't know, this happened the other day. I had to go to like an appointment and I was in a rush already. I woke up kind of late and I was pissed about that already. Then I get in the bathroom and brush my teeth. I look at my black pants. There's toothpaste on them when I walk outside the door. And immediately I am so like easy to be annoyed. I didn't go to the gym yet. I was waking up late, blah, blah, blah. But it's because I was in a bad mood already waking up, because it's like, dude, this seems like a waste of time. Right now it seems like a waste of time. That's what I told myself. And when that happens, you start pulling in worse. You start pulling in things that are even worse.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, I feel like I've been, on a general scale, I don't feel like I've been negative at all. But I had a couple of people tell me, dude, is like, that's bad karma, or, ooh, that's just bad luck. And I'm like, why are they saying that to me? And it wasn't even you. It was actually my title company. And it was another agent that I told them. But then again, I'm also spreading the idea, why am I talking about this negative crap? A great tip for anyone that's listening. Yeah. The people who make the most money never complain about money. No. And I have to get in the habit again of not freaking complaining. I can't complain, because when you complain, you're going to draw that crap in, because I just realized if I'm talking about crap, you're going to get more crap, and so I have to stop doing that and just really, like you said, focus on what you can control.
Dude, it pulls some really bad stuff in. I couldn't even explain, and it could go on for years. If you don't stop, it's going to be continuous, and it's unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
And you got to check yourself. I don't know what it was. I had a conversation with somebody yesterday about something. To me, it's a little more personal, so I won't like put it on here, but about some sort of topic or idea that I really believe in, right? And they asked me, what is this? You probably know what I'm talking about, but what is this? And I explained to them, and it got me super excited again, because I realized, okay, I have this great thing in front of me that is so positive that I know it works. I just need to continue. So I know it works. So I know something works in my life, and I can control doing these actions, this group I'm part of. And it created like a bigger than me type thing, belief. I started thinking to myself, the conversation I had with this person was like, I was talking about how recently I was thinking that just work and stuff isn't that important, because I'm thinking to myself, dude, like, we're like a little person on this massive planet in this massive solar system that we don't know where the hell we are. Like, we're just gonna end up dying, and then for what?
Right.
So it started making me think so much bigger, like unbelievably big, where it's like, even helping, if you even could push for helping 7 billion people, which Grant talks about, that's still not big enough.
Right.
It really is not big enough, dude. If you really think about like what the hell is going on, you're on this one planet, and there's millions of planets.
Right. Yeah. Seriously. There's millions of, I'm pretty sure, solar systems too.
So I'm saying stars and all this crap. Dude, there's something way bigger than us, in my opinion. And it's like the average, the typical person takes things as like people saying to them these negative things is important, or them commenting something on one of their videos is as important. And
I think we got a couple bad comments on our videos.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't yeah. Did we actually?
Yeah, so if you're listening to this,
who is it, dude? Let's call him. I'm kidding. But that's what I mean, dude. It's like, if you're going to really take those things personal,
Right.
then you just have to realize those people are so small thinking. It's like such a small
Seriously.
thing.
So weird.
It's weird. It's very weird. Like, they took their time to type it out. Like, you suck.
Like your time is literally just invaluable if you are doing that.
Yeah. But that's when you start complaining and things, you start doing things like that. That's facts.
Yeah, you're right.
That's facts. If you start being in a bad mindset and you start becoming a victim, then you start looking at other people and finding their flaws. That's facts.
It was crazy. Yeah, you're right, because dude, just like how, when you see people that they're continuously being successful, it's the same. I feel like it's like the same. You can have that upswing, or you could have that same downfall, and it can go down and down.
Done. The 3-month downfall for me is done, because I realized it today. Because I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched a lot of Grant's videos in a while, and the reason for it was I think it was too positive and it was too big. It was too positive, and big.
Yeah, I feel that sometimes too.
And I'm like, dude, I can't stand listening to this crap right now with my own circumstance not being as big as I want it so far.
Right.
What he's talking, I'm like, dude, you gotta like shut up. Like, I was just thinking in my head, I was like, dude, I'm not listening to anymore.
Dude, I actually have been doing the same thing.
Dude, then I watched a video today and I was like, I remember, like, I love this stuff. I like, this is.
I have to, yeah, it's very positive. I'm going to get back on it today.
Yeah. That's what you realize, dude. That's when I know I was like, dude, I'm in a downward spiral until today.
Isn't that like, fucked?
Yeah.
Really fucked. When you catch yourself, it's good, but it's also like, damn it.
Like, Grant has always been on my YouTube feed as like suggested videos. Mm-hmm. This was like the first time I've ever had to search for his videos.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So then I realized, I'm like, dude, that's bad. Like,
yeah, no, that is so true. Honestly, I know I've been on a negative spiral.
So then it's just, the upwards can be so high, dude. Like, today I woke up, I feel different. I don't know what it is, but I feel totally different.
Dude, that's crazy that you say that, because I just realized, holy shit, I've been so negative. I've been so freaking negative. Not like really long, but like probably the last week or two.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it wasn't like I was super, super negative, but it was like I was not myself for the last 2 or 3 months. And I realized it in my training. Like, when I was working out, it wasn't as purposeful. I realized that. So just going through the motion. I mean, I was still, working out and stuff, but it wasn't anything close to 6 months, 9 months ago, where I was like with my trainer, 6 a.m., and doing like the most intense workouts, like sick. I felt sick until.
Oh, we can always turn it around, and that's what we're going to do.
You got to realize, dude, you got to be aware.
You do. You got to snap out of it somehow. Yeah. And you just got to notice it first. I think that's the key. You have to realize that there is an issue. Mm-hmm. If you don't, then you're really screwed. Because I remember, are you good?
Mm-hmm.
I remember
coffee and all my paperwork.
I remember when you were working at the restaurant, you probably, if I told you, hey, dude, you're pretty negative, I don't think you would have listened to me.
No, I would have told you to go F off.
Exactly. And I've had that same situation where so many times where like, I don't realize there's a problem, so there's really not a problem.
Yeah.
In my head.
Facts, dude. You need someone outside telling you.
Yeah, but also you need to notice it yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then you probably won't. Because, dude, right after this now, I'm going to listen to some Grant.
Yeah, dude, you gotta see him. How I watched a video. It was a video of him talking. It wasn't even just like the audible. You gotta look how someone moves, like someone like that. And immediately I'm not tired today, dude. A lot of the last couple of months I was exhausted. I was so tired.
Wow. And, yeah.
But today I watched the video.
I have felt the same way the last couple of weeks. God damn.
Tired, dude. And like, what is even the point type thing, blah, blah, blah. And
see, it's harder for me to feel like that, just because like I really feel like my back's up against the wall right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't even have like that, option, I'll be like, what's the point? Because I'm just in survival mode straight.
Which is kind of nice.
It is nice. And dude, I was thinking about this the other day. I don't have this switch that is like, typically I don't have a switch like that gets me into gear to get going. That's why I put myself into situations.
On necessity level, dude, it's not the same. It's not the same for me either, dude. I have to be stressed the hell out to even do something.
Yeah, exactly. And dude, that's why I always put myself in the situation where I need to. And it's definitely a scary thing at first when you think like, oh crap, like, because I know my thoughts used to be like, shit, how do people become homeless? Like, would I ever be homeless? Yeah. Would I ever let myself become homeless? Mm-hmm. Like, why is there people that are homeless? And I think that's actually a very logical thing to ask, because you're freaking walking outside, going to your Starbucks, and meanwhile somebody's sleeping on the ground outside. No shelter. Like what the heck? We've had shelter since we were in tribes. Dude, we made forts when we were 8 years old. Why do these people not live in a fort? It's like, because they're freaking nuts. Yeah. They're absolutely crazy. So
I think what happens,
and they're in drugs.
You know how they say this term you said, pressure makes diamonds? I think some people who can't deal with pressure, it makes a homeless person. I really do think so, because when you get
I think that's possibly it. I don't think so much though. I really believe that everyone has a like a perfectly capable computer, like their analytical mind, that you'd be able to try to get out of that situation. I think you have to I think it's an additional thing. I think there's a different additional variable that either enters, like drugs, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. When you're so pressured, if you don't have the right mindset, dude, about stuff, and that's what I'm saying. When you're in such a spiral downward, you stop looking at all these things, like these videos we watch and stuff like that. You stop watching the videos. Yeah. Then you just kind of give up, and then you go towards like something like a drug. So
right, yeah, that would be so non-survival. Like, because even when I like have done drugs, like I knew, okay, this will F me up, but like, give me like 5 hours and then I'll be good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think when you really start thinking like, okay, this drug is going to be bringing me in the right direction, like you're kind of nuts. Like, because then you do it again. You're really trying to exit this thing.
Dude, versus scary as hell, dude. That sounds scary.
Yeah.
That whole idea of being in that direction and justifying why you're doing it, thinking it might sounds scary.
Right. So when I know that, like, even last year, I had zero discipline, probably very little discipline to pick up the phone or do anything. I was getting a little chunky, I guess. Silly says, but dude, zero discipline and zero drive whatsoever. That's why if you have zero drive and zero discipline, because you have zero drive, why are you going to have discipline if you don't have drive? You know what I mean?
No point.
Unless you have to. Now, to the degree that you have to, you may say, you know, well, I'm not evicted yet, or I'm not, you know, whatever, I'm not homeless yet, so I don't have to, right?
Yeah.
You're going to realize at one point that you freaking have to get off your ass and start making those phone calls.
Do you know how many people me and you know come from, you know, people we know I know a ton of people, dude, who are on so much debt, like unbelievable amounts, hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, bad debt.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
For sure. But that debt, and them, like the saying, productivity is the basis of all morale, right? So when they get in all this debt, it turns on those gears for survival, so they become productive. And then they have the morale, and even with all that debt, they have a smile on their face.
Oh yes, yeah, no, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because now you're in production mode. I think one beautiful thing about
production is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good, and I was thinking about this today. The idea that one privilege that people get when they reach a level of poverty is they never have to worry about because the biggest complaint about people who are born in wealth is that they get into drugs because they want to feel something.
Yeah.
They want to feel something. I want to feel my body. I don't want to be up in my head. I've never felt my body. I've never been in the Antarctic cold living outside. I've never had to miss a meal, right? So when you reach poverty and you're literally depriving yourself of maybe food, or you're, whatever it is, like you are feeling yourself, and that's
you're
something
experiencing
that,
human emotions and like human actual things, dude. When you deprive yourself from that, you're no longer human.
right. Yeah, it brings you back to your nature, and you learn a lot about yourself. And I think the same thing can be with fighting. The same thing can be, and this is what Joe Rogan also says. He says, because the biggest thing is, okay, if me and you, Vasily, we become multi-billionaires or just billionaires, we worked for it, and we have all the skills that it takes to get it back, or to be the person that can keep it. And then we have kids, and then, the big concern is, then they're just going to all be soft. No one wants soft kids. No one wants kids that, sticks and stones are going to break their bones, right? Like,
yeah, no one wants to see that their kid gets bullied or anything, dude. That's like the worst.
Right. Yeah. Or like just by name calling, now they're crying, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyone nowadays who's super soft that I said, that Joe Biden is Sleepy Joe. You know what I mean? Anyone who's
they're very soft, dude. You probably got the unfollow, and they're angry with
you. Yeah, no one wants a kid who cries about the fact that, and then they end up going to get blue hair because somebody said something like that. so the thing is what?
Yeah, because of what someone else said, and it may not even be direct. You can just be like, Sleepy Joe, and then indirectly that affects someone. They're like, wow, this person sucks. I'm gonna go dye my hair blue, or whatever it may be. Like,
exactly.
Indirect.
Exactly.
Right? It's not even a response. Like, you don't even have to directly say something to someone for them to be super offended at this point.
Right. Exactly. So where were we going with that? It was something about we were talking about homeless people, and then how they
basically, dude, just being able
the necessity level, getting into production.
Dude, you need
into production. Yeah, you need to find a way to get yourself into freaking production, regardless. Like, dude, I know so many people also who used to work at high grade that they don't do shit now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate. It's because they don't need to. They do not need to. Now, what if any of those people were to go to Arizona or Colorado and join another solar company? What would happen? They'd get their gears moving again.
Yeah.
Their gears are moving again. So this is why everyone says, and a major hack in your 20s is to leave home.
Yeah.
Is to leave home, because you get back into that. No one knows their survival nature unless they go and do that. If you live at home until you're 30 years old, you will never know your survival nature. And that is what people are, I think, dying from today, because, maybe they go from born to 30 living with, mom or dad, and then they move in with wife that their parents helped pay the deposit for. And now they have the same kind of like thing that's going on. So like, dude, you're obviously going to be soft. You're going to hate when I say, you're a big baby, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you don't understand that, I don't know. You don't really, I don't even know what I'm saying.
No, I get it, dude. I think that's like a good end point, honestly.
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty decent. But make sure you guys go follow, subscribe, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Freaking, yeah.
Follow, subscribe, and you guys can leave comments. You guys.
Can you subscribe on the Spotify?
No, I don't think so.
No.
YouTube, dude. I for some reason I want I don't know. I'm YouTube focused myself.
YouTube's sick.
YouTube's cool.
Because YouTube's sick.
And Christian, cut out some clips out of this.
Yeah, perfect.
Or I'll send you some clips. So yeah, dude, let's finish this off. We'll do Christian. I will talk to you, dude, next week. I'll get this uploaded.
Okay, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Father, the Son. Just kidding. Okay, talk to you later.
Peace.
Bye.